Welcome viewers, my name is Kieng Wilfred, the Regional Consultant of the Kenya Centers of Academicians and Diverse Oriented Research. KCADOR, Investing in the Brain. This is Screencast Program TSS8. Today we are hosting our learners who just finished high school. These are students who are in a transitional program to the university. They did their exam in the year 2020 and are now here with us. They are the members of the Kenya Centers of Academicians. And today we are sharing with them and discussing a very important topic. That is the reality of high school life. They are going to share their experiences and in a way will also advise the students who are in school and are yet to do the exams. They will also be speaking and mentoring and coaching the young students who just finished the class 8 and they are yet to join Form 1 in the year 2021. And here we are. And I'll begin to introduce them and they will say their names and I'll begin from the farthest end where I have Mercy. Maybe Mercy, you will say your name so that the viewers can get to know you. Okay. I begin.
My name is Mercy Jemur-Gormayo, a former student at Tulwa Girls. Here is the Screencast program where we are going to discuss about what next, life after high school. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mercy. Thank you so much, Jemur-Gor. Next one.
My name is Dorcas Cherotich, a former student at Tulwa Girls. I'm privileged to be with you this time to share our experiences in high school and also the reality after Form 4. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dorcas. And now, Stacy.
Hello viewers, my name is Stacy Jepkosgei, an alumni at Tulwa Girls. I hope you're going to enjoy this program as we're going to share out some of our experiences. May you enjoy the show.
Thank you so much, Stacy. Now, Gloria.
Bonjour viewers. My name is Gloria Chepto, a former student at ASC Chevisas Girls. I'm privileged to participate.
Thank you so much, Gloria. And lastly, we have Akoth.
Hello viewers, my name is Catherine Akoth, former alumni at Tulwa Girls. I'm privileged to participate in this program. Welcome.
Thank you so much, mentees and transitional students of 2021. That is 2020-2021. These are students who were able to sit for their national examination during the pandemic. And maybe they will have a lot to share with us. Maybe share with us their experiences, how the challenge of coronavirus even affected their studies, and what advice they have to give to the rest of the learners who are studying in school, and specifically orientate the Form 1s who are the students who will join Form 1 in the year 2021. Now, thank you so much and welcome all of us and welcome viewers. I believe that you are going to enjoy this program. And my first question or really item to discuss is that I would want us to freely discuss about our high school experiences and maybe the lessons which we learned while we were in high school. I believe that when you joined Form 1, you had expectations, many expectations. You are longing to join Form 1, and when you went there, you stayed there for 4 years or maybe 5 years if I can remember because of the corona. And I believe that you proved to yourself right in one way about your expectations, the expectations that you had, and somehow there are certain things also that you may have proved to yourself wrong. What are some of the lessons that you learned that you would even wish other people who are in high school right now or who are yet to join high school to understand? So again, I'll begin from Mercy so that you can share with us what you have.
Okay, high school experience is just a best thing. Me joining high school was a great thing, and probably I can say it was the best experience I've ever had. To the learners we were willing to join high school, I can say this, that high school is the best place. Just go there and be yourself. You can never expect somebody to be you. You need to be yourself.
Yeah, thank you so much. Become yourself. We are all unique, and that is it. So thank you so much, Mercy. I believe you will share more later. Let's have Dorcas, all the way from Tartar Girls.
Okay. First of all, when I finished my KCPE examinations and I got the chance to join Tartar Girls, I expected that I will have transferred my life professionally. I will have grown emotionally, also physically, and I have improved my mindset, and all that I achieved because I became myself. I knew what I had gone to school for. I concentrated in my studies, and I made it all. And to those joining Form 1, I urge you to continue being yourself. Don't lose your attitude. Don't lose your confidence. Always be yourself. Be there for your studies and be there for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dorcas. I know that you will have some other time to share with us. Let's now listen to our very own Stacey.
Thank you once again, Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, viewers, I joined high school. That was in Tulua Girls, the year 2017. That is when I joined Form 1. So I was like, now I'm in Form 1. What next? What am I expected to do? You know, I was like, listening to others saying high school is the best place to be, and I was yet to prove that right. You know that Charlie, joining high school for that Form 1, it's like you're in another, it's like paradise on earth. Yeah, because you are transitioning from, I mean, being in primary, you were once a pupil, now you're becoming a student. So it's another thing.
Yes.
So like back there in Form 1, I was still phobic. I feared those Form 3s, Form 2s, Form 1s. But I remember the best thing in high school. I once met our head girl that year, was called Helma. So she met me, she told me, what's your name? I told her, Stacey. So she told me, I can see you're confident. So I was like, confident? I'm just a Form 1, so where she seen me being that confident? And she told me, can you join journalism club? And I was like, okay, I'm going to join it. So I joined journalism club back in Form 1, and I was privileged to be made the news editor, to be writing the news, and also great. Be able to present. So one thing I'm going to advise the Form 1s who are going to join high school. Join high school, identify yourself, identify your talent. It's going to take you far. Right now, being here, it's not because of me just laying on my laurels back in high school, but me participating and knowing my talent. So knowing that I can do this journalism stuff, it gave me that confidence. Now I'm here. You can see me. Yeah, I'm here. Not because of just anything, but because of I knew I can do this, and that self-confidence. So join high school, identify yourself. If you fit in Scouts Club, join it. So identify yourself, identify where you suit in. And please, don't listen to what people say. People will always talk. No matter what you do, whether you do wrong or right, they'll always talk. So them discouraging you that, oh, there's bullies here and there, don't listen to them. They're just there to ruin you and telling you that you getting an A only in Form 1. As you proceed, that A will not be there. No, it depends with how you're going to take it. So that is just a brief intro of how I was in high school. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Stacey, for that sharing. And as we move on, I'm learning that there is students or actually pupils are excited to be called students.
Yeah.
I mean, you graduate to become a student. So anyway, thank you. We will still share much. I believe now we have our own again. We have Gloria, all the way from Chebisas Girls.
Yeah, thank you once again. My life in high school was awesome. I can tell you, really awesome. Yeah. Then to the Form 1s, if you go to as you're willing to go to join high school, go work smart and don't allow anyone to rule you. Just be you, be yourself. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gloria. Now we have the last one here, and we have Akoth. What is your experience in high school, and what are the lessons you may have learned there?
Yes. Thank you, Sana Daktari. Once more, my name is Catherine Akoth. What you need to do in high school, you need to focus on what brought you there. Then don't listen to what people are saying. Always be yourself and understand what you want to be. Yes, always focus on your career. That's all I have.
Yeah, thank you so much, panelists. And I'm learning something from what you are saying, all of you. Almost every one of you is emphasizing that when you go to high school, you become yourself. That you become yourself. And looks like there are some students who, as they join Form 1, they lose themselves, if that is what you are saying. Or when they get to Form 1, they really do not know where to begin. They become confused. I could imagine this Form 1 who is like getting to Form 1 and up to Form 2, they are still confused. So, and they like saying that Form 1s are the confused group. I don't know. Maybe you can tell us more. I sat for my national examination over 20 years ago. And maybe you can tell us even more, because it looks like you really have the proper information, fresh information. So can you tell us, why are you people saying that you become yourself? You are advising the Form 1s that when you get to Form 1, you become yourself and don't listen to some voices. What are these voices? Anyone can just chip in and say something.
Okay, I can say that when you join Form 1, you really don't know what is going to happen, yes? So, like, you are going to a new environment, everything is now new. There's this ancient thing that you're saying, now I'm a grown-up, or I'm now a big girl or a big boy, you don't know what to do. So, and Form 1, they always say that Form 1s are confused elements. That is I think that is always discussed in school. So. And
are they really confused?
No. I can say no. Because calling someone confused is not actually what's a good thing. For once, those who join high school, there's this group of peer pressure. You don't know what to join, you don't know what group to join or what fits you. Like now, when I joined Form 1, there's so many societies or groups. There was Scouts, drama, music. So you cannot actually know where fits you. So like maybe some friends or group of friends come and say, come, let's go to this group. And you have not identified, are you the best suit or do you suit there? So maybe you can be called confused there because you just want to follow people. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Yes.
In addition to what Mercy is saying,
yeah.
You know, the reason why these people call Form 1s confused is because, I mean, I can't take you to a new place, like I take you to a new environment and just expect you to do anything. See, definitely you'll stand and wait for the next instructions. So these people, they should guide the Form 1s on what to do. So how do you expect a Form 1 to join high school?
And they know.
And you know everything.
Yes.
So like, they're supposed to guide these students. I'm sure if they guide them if they orientate them in the right manner, I mean, in 2 weeks or 3 weeks time, these people will not be confused simply because they have been guided. So the essence of calling them confused is because they are not guided. Yeah.
Now that is. I also looks like this for which group of learners in high school call the Form 1s confused? Is it the Form 2s? Is it the Form 4s? Or all the learners in the school?
For me, I see the Form 2s.
Yeah.
Because they are like, we were once there, now we are there.
They just got out of Form 1,
yes.
And they have learned about elements in the periodic table, and so they want to make use of what they have learned. So anyway, thank you so much. That is interesting. Anyone else on the same? As we move to the next part, we also want to find out what are some of the reasons, because we find students when they move from primary school, standard 8, they go to Form 1. Some of them are join Form 1 with a good or entry behavior, they join high school with good marks, and you realize that generally 80% of our learners, as they join Form 1, 80% of them begin to drop in their performance as they get to Form 4. That is something the KCADOR has done research, and we realize that 80% of our learners, as they begin Form 1, their performance begins to drop as they go to Form 2, Form 3, and Form 4. Few of these learners were not doing well in primary school, but when they come to Form 1, they begin to improve. There are so many changes that take place between Form 1 to Form 4. Now, I just wonder, because you just finished high school and you must have a proper information that really tells us or shows us the reasons why students even perform poorly in high school. So what are these things? What are some of these things that make a student not to perform? So what that we need really to share with the learners who are even joining Form 1. We have some of them. All of them are getting to Form 1 in the year. This year. That is in August. Is it July? July of this year. So what are you telling them? What are some of these things that makes a student to fail in high school, academically and even in other ways? So again, maybe I should begin from this side, from Akoth.
Yeah.
Yes.
What I think, Daktari, what makes other students to drop from their performance is the attitude and the way they express themselves towards the subject. For example, when you enter Form 1, when you join Form 1, some students, you hear some students are like, oh, physics is very hard. That's it. Me, I don't like physics. Then you are like, oh, why can I do physics? And she has told me that physics is very hard. Yeah, that is now the attitude towards the subject.
So students in the school, already in the school, when you get to the gate, as you enter the gate, you are told certain things.
Yeah.
Beliefs.
When you interact with other students.
Yeah, they tell you about physics because you don't know physics. Yeah, you are told about chemistry. You don't know about chemistry. You don't know what it is, but you are told the news about chemistry. So you understand that this is a very difficult. And they tell you that in this school, no one has gotten an A in physics.
Yeah. So they try to lower your attitude towards this.
So you inherit. So are you saying you inherit some attitude from other people?
Yes, because it's like a custom. When you enter that school, they discourage you. And it's like a custom.
I see. That is interesting. Thank you so much, Akoth. Gloria, do you have anything to add on that, or maybe another point?
I would say bad company, because as you enter Form 1, you will meet many people coming from different places, and others do drugs, and if you don't look at your friends that well, you might get into those bad companies and do those things which will automatically make you perform poorly, because you'll not be concentrating in your studies, you'll just be thinking of other things.
Yeah, so when you get to Form 1, you forget that you went alone, and now you have friends, and they can influence you negatively, and you forget what you wanted when you were going to school. Is it? Yeah. Thank you so much. That is good.
Okay, thank you once again. So as for me, the reason why a student can join Form 1 and maybe perform well all along, Form 1 you perform well, Form 2 you perform well, maybe when you in Form 3 to Form 4 you start performing poorly. The reason is because first, when you join Form 1, your parent admitted you and told you, I want you to look at the background at home. Even when you're that well off at home, they'll tell you it's your life, it's now upon you to work smart, because your Form 4 certificate is going to determine where you're going to be in the next future. So like someone enters Form 1, yes, with a determined attitude, maybe you get discouragement from friends, as my fellows have said, but maybe you're like, oh, let me not give a hoot of what friends will say, let me just be focused and work on it. You start working on it. In Form 1 you perform very well, Form 2 you perform partly, you perform well, but there is that the graph starts going down. So everyone is like, why? The reason is because at times it is because of overconfidence. You're now like, oh, if I can get an A in mathematics and A in chemistry, so what? it's that overconfidence. I mean, someone starts being overconfident. Thus, it leads to that graph coming down. So it is because of overconfidence as you go on.
Yes, so you become overconfident, and that is the beginning of trouble. Thank you so much, Stacey. Let's now listen to Dorcas.
Okay, for those students, thank you. For the students who used to perform in primary school and end up dropping in performance in high school, for them, they look at in primary all along they have been performing, and they see as if performing is just their nature. They don't know that there is a difference between the primary work and the high school work. In primary work, there were these multiple choices, and in high school you need to read and write. You don't have to just sit and wait for those answers. If you don't know, you don't know. That's the reality in high school. So some of them drop because they don't understand that high school needs a little bit that concentration more. Much of concentration is needed than in the primary school. So they sit there and wait and say, obviously success is always mine. I will always succeed no matter what. And I'll always beat the rest. It is not normal. Success, you must look for it. You must pay for the price of being successful, and always commit to your work. And for the students who used to perform poorly in primary school and end up improving in high school, is that they have gone back to their drawing board. They understand their strength, they know their weaknesses, and they have known how to concentrate. They don't want to make the mistakes they made in primary school. Although in primary school, sometimes you don't even know the importance of education because you are just there. And some of our parents also contribute to it because they just take you to school like that. You read, when you fail, they don't even tell you, why is it that your performance is dropping? They're just there. Paying school fees, they pay it very well, but they don't even encourage you, telling you, my daughter or my son, you have to concentrate in your studies because your studies is the key of your success because in everything that you're doing, academics matters. Although you have talent, it goes hand in hand with their performance in academics. That's what makes the students to improve. So I think our parents, you should also chip in the performance of your daughters and sons. Make an effort of telling them that you should improve, you have to do this, encourage them. If they don't do well, encourage them and also appreciate, because we have different positions in life and everything. We have always everything for everyone. It's not only academics. You know, you are supposed to understand how your son or your daughter is. You know her limits, you know her strengths, because her or his strengths, and encourage her or him according to the way you understand. And for the 4 months, ensure that you carry yourself well, you understand yourself, and always do your best. Don't do something that you will regret. Do your best at all times, and don't listen to people who are telling you you cannot make this. Everything is possible. There is nothing that's called culture. You can break the record of getting an A, even though that school you're joining has never got an A, you can be the first one. It's not that places make people, but people are the ones that make places. Don't say this school is not performing, so I will not perform. It's you yourself that's going to make that school shine or make your life shine. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's great. That's great, Dorcas. I've learned a lot, and I'm learning several things from you. And one is that we should understand that we are moving from multiple choice to now where you don't. Well, what do we call those questions where you don't have multiple choice? Structured. Yes. So from multiple choice to structured, and I believe that maybe we need a transitional program that when learners finish Form 1, I mean Standard 8, they should have some transitional program to Form 1. And that is very important, because as they get to Form 1, they don't know they are used to the multiple choice questions. That is great. And you have also said that it is people that make places, not places that make people. Yeah. And that is interesting, because we've seen learners who go to high school and they just see the school and they say, this one has not been performing, and I will not perform. If I'm going to Alliance High School, we will perform. If I'm going to Stewart High School, we are not going to perform. I think that is very important. Thank you so much, Dorcas. Let's now listen to Mercy.
As for me, I totally agree with what my fellow said, that it is not people that make places. Yeah, I totally agree with that, because for those students who were performing well in primary level, and when they join high school, they fail. And there's this other group that when they joined, in primary, they were not performing well. But when they joined high school, they begin now realizing what is inside them, so they begin performing well. This is because to that student who never performed well in primary level, when he or she joins high school, he now comes to how he senses that the reason why I did not perform in my primary level is because I did not do this and this. So by that, this student now humble himself or herself and says that I need to do this and this so that I may be able. And agreeing to that, it's like this student who was, because I was one of them, I never performed well in primary, and maybe at high school I realized something in myself. So I can say that those students who performed poorly in primary, they may have lacked maybe some role model to follow, or they never get motivated or being talked to. So like some people usually see them as just failures, and they do not expect them to go into high school or join high school and perform well, because they know they will never pass. So as for me, I can say that poor performer in primary has more things to do, because after seeing those challenges in passing, or maybe he or she was seeing how they are not appreciated in primary level. So like I know they are going to do their best in high school level so that they can also be appreciated the way the others were used to appreciated. And for those who performed well in primary level and they were appreciated, while joining high school, they will always just have that overconfidence saying, if I was able to pass in my primary, why not high school? I can relax then when maybe at Form 3 level or at Form 4, maybe Term 2, there is where I can start performing well. That can never happen. It has a very great contrast to this one who never performed well, because this one understands why, or the thing that I did not do so that I can perform well. You see, there's that contrast thing. Yeah, that's why I can say that in most cases, those students who perform well at primary level may not perform well at high school because of that high confidence within themselves. So if you are that person who have performed well in your primary level and willing to join high school, please don't go and be self-confidence. Remember, in Form 1, it's everything new. What you learn in primary, you are not going to learn it in high school. So that is the thing I can tell you. Don't be self-confidence. Just be humble and be yourself. Don't listen to others. Listen to their advices, not their works. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That is powerful. I think from your comments, we've learned a lot. I can see that reality. We've even seen from the students the top learners, the ones we call Kenya ones. Mm-hmm. We've seen the Kenya ones being the Kenya ones in primary school, that is in class 8, and we never see them in Form 4 as Kenya ones anymore.
Yeah.
We never see them in top 100. We never see them sometimes even in top 500. That is serious. We've seen the Kenya ones in high school. And in the university, we cannot hear about them. Yeah. So that means every time you begin something new, you begin in a new way. When you join high school, you forget the past. If you did not do well while you were in high school, primary, then you can begin a new way. Yeah. Of course, we have said, no one can buy yesterday, but anyone can buy tomorrow and every day that comes after tomorrow. Mm-hmm. That is powerful. We want to check on something else now, and I believe that our viewers are learning, especially those learners who are preparing to join Form 1. Listen to them. and those who are in high school, it's also high time. I believe that as we do this program, all our learners are in half term. They have just come for the half term, and they are there for around 5 days or 4 days, and they will go back. This message, this presentation actually, from the Stewards TV is dedicated for you. So let's move on, and I want to go to something else. I want us to give a message, to speak to this learner who is joining Form 1 this July. What message do you have for them? They are getting to Form 1. Most of them are excited. Some of them are even worried. Some of them are wondering how to begin. And some of them may not even like the schools which they are going to join. Most of them wanted some certain schools in their mind, and they applied for certain schools, but they will not get those schools. That is the reality.
Yes.
And most of them will get disappointed because they will never get admitted to the schools of their choices. I should expect you to actually tell them something. When you go to a school and this is not a school of your choice, what message do you have for them? What are the first things they should do as they join, as they report Form 1? So I will begin from this side. Maybe I begin from Akoth.
Okay, thank you. The message I have for Form 1s is that when you have decided to join the school that was not for your choice, just go there, focus on what has brought you there, be determined, and don't listen to what other students are saying, because life is in your hand. Your own life is in your hand, and you are the one handling it. Even me, for my case, I joined Form 1 in the school which I didn't want to join. My aim was joining Moi Girls Nangili, but I didn't manage it. So I went to Tulo Girls and I did my best. Now to the Form 1s, I know you did your KCPE and you got your results. What I want to urge you is that focus on what you want to be and make choices of your own. Avoid bad company and also listen to your teachers always. That is what I have. Thank you.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Akoth. Let's listen to Gloria.
Okay, thank you. To the Form 1s, I would like to tell you, if you go to school, be determined and go work smart and put God first, yeah, because that's the first thing you must do. Then, please don't be like me. Don't be like me. I went to high school. Then on my way, I got distracted. Yeah. So you just go, be you, work hard, work smart. That's all.
Thank you so much, Gloria. Maybe as we get time later, you may tell them how you got distracted, so that they can learn from you. So thank you so much. Let's listen to Stacy.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. So, dear student, you're not a pupil anymore, you're a student. You're going to join that school. Maybe it's not the school of your choice, or it is the school of your choice, whichever. But the big deal is not the school, the big deal is about you. Because even if the school performs very well, that means of the school will not take you to the university or to the college you want to join. It is your individual performance which it is going to take you to the next level. So what I'm going to advise you is this: join that school, listen to your parent or any of the advices. I mean, you take the advices and consider them. If they are right, follow them. I'm sure you understand. You have that ability to make choices, to choose what is good or what is bad. They normally say salt and sugar is mixed, but the ant will pick the sugar and leave the salt. Why? Salt is bitter or sour, whichever, and sugar tastes good and sugar is better. So it picks the sugar because the sugar is better. So you're in another world. There are so many people, there are so many students. Choose the right people. Choose the good people. The sugar represents the good people. So choose the good people who are going to take you to where you want to be later on in life. Those good people, I'm sure they are going to guide you to where you'll end up in good places if you choose the right people in life. And they always say, haters will see you walking on water, and they will say it is because you don't know how to swim. The same haters will see you dancing on water, and they will say you are producing dust. So what I mean is this: make it to your ambition to be silent and mind your own business. Do your own work silently, and my friend, you'll never regret in life. You'll go far. And identify your talents. We have 1,000,000 talents, but identify your talent. As you also work on your academics, remember your talent. As you also work on your academics, join that club and try to balance. If you're good in football, for the boys or even for the girls, if you're good in football, don't focus much on the football. Focus both on your academics and on your football work. If you focus on both, you're going to go far. But if you focus on one, the other one might do best and the other one might fail. For friends, so it is upon you to choose your friends wisely, because these friends, they are not going to add up to your certificate later on. It is upon you to choose the right friends who are going to take you to the next level. The right friends who are going to show you, the right friends, if you join there, they tell you, hey, my friend, let's do this and this. Inculcate a culture whereby it is going to add up in your academic performance. Above all, be disciplined. Avoid this influence, this peer group thing. Avoid it. You're told, my friend, let's do this, and you're into it. Be quick to listen, but don't be quick to act. So you think twice before you act on something. So otherwise, I wish you all the best as you're going to join that school. Work smart. And what I'll encourage you to do is this: embrace this KCADOR culture. Those schools that you're going to join, some of them have this KCADOR program. And some of those schools which don't have this KCADOR program, I'll encourage you to please join it. I'm sure you'll see at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the number of this KCADOR program, and you're going to contact it to learn more about it. It is a really good program. It has helped all of us here to prosper and reach where we are right now. So inculcate it, and you'll never regret it in life. To parents, you have this student who didn't perform that well, or maybe let's take an example. Definitely this is a reality. Kapsabet boys, they perform very well. It's a reality. Yeah, Kapsabet boys. And you have your student at maybe Kurgung boys. So Kapsabet boys performs well than Kurgung boys. That's a reality. So you have a student who joins Form 1 at Kurgung boys, and you have your student who is at Kapsabet boys. You'll find yourself, you focus more on that student who is at Kapsabet boys, simply because Kapsabet boys perform well, and you leave this other student who is at Kurgung boys stranded. You barely attend academics days, you barely pay school fees on time. So parents, kindly, our children are the same. Your son and daughter, they are the same. Support them equally. So if you support these students who has joined that school which is not performing well, if you support that child, I'm sure that child will be the one to make you proud. That child is going to take you to the promised land, as you normally say, Daktari. So that child will take you to the promised land, and you will be proud of that child. So what I'm trying to say to parents is this: support your children equally. If the children is in a school which doesn't perform well, and the other one is in a school which performs well, balance them, support them well, and you'll never get frustrated. There's no essence of supporting the one who is in Kapsabet boys, leaving the other one stranded, but at the end of the day, you'll be ashamed. The one who you left stranded will come and overtake this. What will you do? So please, parents, make it to your ambition to support your children equally. Otherwise, mine is just to wish you all the best for once, and once you embrace what you're going to tell you here, you'll never regret. Thank you.
Wow, that is fantastic. We are learning a lot. I am just feeling that we should also you should accompany us as we move to the KCADOR schools to mentor and receive the Form 1s during the orientation times. They are coming July, and I believe you are a good team. You are going to journey with us so that we can be able to orient the Form 1s and tell them the truth. Thank you so much. I'm also learning something else from Stacey, that it's like you are the reality, the unfortunate reality in our schools, whereby we tend to support the schools that are doing well, and we forget the schools that are not doing well. And yet the same learners who are in the schools that are not doing well are our own children, who we send to those schools with low entry behavior. And that is very, very serious. I believe we are going to continue with that discussion another time.
Education, my sister, education, my brother, education is the key to a success. Education, my sister, education, my brother, education is the